Morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, January 16, 2025. We're here for a work session agenda. As we start all our meetings, if we could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Clerk Wooten, would you mind leading us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jim. Okay, matters on open session today. First matter we have is matters surrounding the monthly police report. And we have Captain Wellesley with us here today to go over the police report.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So if we go over trends from December, we're sticking with December of 24 compared to December of 23 in terms of violent crimes, homicide, stayed steady at 0. We went from 3 in 2023 of December to 1 in December of 24 in robberies. Assault remained steady at 2 in 2023 to December of 2024. We had no arsons in December. 2 burglaries in 2024 December compared to 4 in December of 23, so that went down. Grand larcenies remained approximately the same, with 17 in December of 24, 16 in December of 23. Motor vehicle thefts did go up in 2024 December 4 compared to 0 in 23. Some of them are attributed to the same person who has been arrested. If we're comparing some other total incidents, 2023 to 24, for December, we have a decrease in domestic incidents. December of 23, 65. December of 24, we had 65, and December of 24, we had 50. The total summonses issued December of 23 was 780. December of 24, 662. The number of total charges went up a little bit in December of 24 compared to 23, with 81 compared to 87. And the criminal incidents went up by 5 in December of 23. We had 155 compared to 160 in December of 24. If we're comparing November to December of this current year, in charges, we have for simple assault went up by 1. November of 24, we had 19. December of 24, we had 20. Shoplifting in that same month period, we had 53 in November, 57 in December. No other significant trends in any other crime. Motor vehicle theft remained the same November, December with 1. Identity theft went up from 2 to 4 from November to December. Vandalism of property went down from 24 November to 9 in December. If we take a look at some other number of total charges from November to December of this year, we had 94 total charges in November, with 87 in December. Total arrests, we had 91 in November, 85 in December. For juveniles, we had 3 arrested in November, 2 arrested in December. Town summonses, we had 32 issued in November, 30 issued in December. Traffic summonses, mostly unchanged, November 492, December 476. And total summonses issued 700 in November and 662 in December. Any other specific questions regarding crime trending?
Do you have anything on like DWI arrests? Just like that, especially we do
Sure.
when we go into the holiday season and so forth.
November of 23, we had 32. December of 23, we had 16.
So it's a concern, when it goes to New Year's Eve and things like
Sure, we do extra patrols. We have grant DWI money that we put into usually a few nights before Christmas, New Year's Eve, sometimes the day before that.
that. Excellent. Thank you.
And no fatalities with overdoses.
None.
That's good.
No, 1 non-fatal overdose.
Yep. Very good. Board, do you have any questions?
I just want to, just having more offices out there seems to be really having an effect.
Yep, they're out there.
Yeah, great, thank you.
That's good? Yeah. Okay. Captain Wilson, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Good job.
Good day.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, next up, we have matters surrounding the formation of a new committee. ACCESSO?
Yes.
Is that how we want to say it? Okay. Councilman Rothwell, you want to lead us off with that?
Sure. So just to begin, we originally had met with some incredible leaders within our community, and we originally was thinking of a formation of a name. We wanted to make sure that everyone in our town had access to our town government and to all the entities and services and so forth with which the town devises and comes up with and provides for our community and residents. And so we originally said access, and then we said ACCESSO, Spanish for access. But talking more with the community, I think we're going to further elaborate, because we want to make sure that everyone in the community is aware of what it can provide, and it'll be called the Hispanic Development, Empowerment, and Education Committee. So we have some incredible leaders in the community, so I'd ask if you'd like to come forward. These are potential members for this new committee. And we'd like to talk a little bit about what we're going to do together. So wherever you guys are comfortable. Make sure we got enough
Welcome,
chairs for everybody.
everybody.
Morning.
Morning.
One more chair down there. There we go.
Hi.
We start off just everybody's name for the TV and for the folks watching.
Alexander Escobar. I am a community leader. I am a business owner. I operate and manage business here in Riverhead.
Very good business, I might add.
Thank you very much.
Very good food.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And bilingual. Gary, please.
My name is Gary Vogel. I run East Coast Nurseries here in Riverhead. We are a 175-acre container ornamental plant nursery up on Reeves Avenue. We ship to distributors throughout the Northeast, also bilingual, and very happy to be here and working on this project.
Excellent.
Thank you for the time. My name is Ricardo Mejia. I'm a former Guatemalan diplomat. I have over 10 years of experience in administration, also bilingual.
Hi, my name is Montserrat Ruiz. I'm a dentist. I also have a business here in Riverhead, and I have a master's in education as well.
Yes, I'm Pastor Roberto Salcido, pastor of New Jerusalem Church on Doctor's Path.
Good to see you again, Pastor. I haven't seen you in a while.
So you see, we've got a great group of leaders in our community, and right to begin, I just want to thank you all for taking the time out and for coming in. And we've had a number of discussions, but I'm just going to kind of read a little bit of our summary of what we'd like to achieve, I think. So the Hispanic Development, Empowerment, and Education Committee is founded and helped here by Alexander Escobar, is dedicated to advancing the economic development, empowerment, and education of the Hispanic community in Riverhead. HDEEC provides access to essential resources such as mentorship, financial literacy, workforce development, leadership training, and community engagement initiatives. By fostering economic growth, educational advancement, and stronger civic participation, HDEEC empowers individuals and families while driving inclusive progress and strengthening Riverhead as a vibrant, diverse, and prosperous community. So I think the committee worked together, and thank you, Alex, because I think that is exactly specifies our goals and what we're looking to try to do.
Thank you.
One of the things that we'll talk about briefly is the diverse within our community, and like today, as our children are going through schooling, we've learned that about 78% of the enrollment in Riverhead school districts is from our Spanish and Latino community.
Correct.
And so we want to make sure that we're providing services to everybody. And so the simple tasks of when someone comes into town hall to making our documents more bilingual and available to different cultures, different languages. But this is a committee that when someone has a desire to perhaps begin a new business or employment in town, that they have a committee that someone they could reach out to, and this committee would walk them through the process to say, okay, so you want to open a business? Okay, so let's show you the path. So it's not just the language barrier, but sometimes government in itself, to everyone, to including myself coming in here on the first day of work, government is intimidating sometimes, and so it's nervous to say, well, where do I go, what do I do, and how do I get to? But I have this great dream, and I want it to come to reality, and so, but how do I do it? And I think this is a committee that will certainly perhaps hold the hand of many people within our community to walk them through those steps. And so, if you want to elaborate a little bit more on your vision statement.
Vision statement: to establish Riverhead as a leading center for Hispanic economic development, empowerment, and education, where Hispanic entrepreneurs, professionals, and families thrive in an inclusive and supportive community. Through our committee, we are committed to fostering economic growth, expanding educational opportunities, and empowering individuals to become leaders and innovators by creating pathways to success and encouraging civic engagement. We aim to strengthen local businesses, generate job opportunities, and celebrate cultural diversity, making Riverhead a vibrant, prosperous, and welcoming destination for Hispanic individuals to invest, live, achieve lasting success. The goal is to build a stronger Riverhead for everyone. This committee is designed to bring the Hispanic community into closer connection with the greater community, fostering unity and making Riverhead a better place for all to live, work, and thrive. Objectives and goals for this, Montserrat Ruiz?
Yes, our objectives and goals are empowerment and economic development, provide resources, mentorship, and support to help the Hispanic entrepreneurs and businesses grow, education and workforce development, offer educational programs and job training to build a skilled workforce ready for success, community engagements and collaboration, connect the Hispanic community with local government and build partnerships for lasting growth, advocacy and cultural awareness, speak up for the Hispanic representation and educate local leaders about Hispanic culture and community needs. Our goal is to unite Riverhead and make it a better place to live, work, thrive for us, our children, and the children of our children.
It is wonderful. And I also think that if Alex, I just want to mention, we have a few other people that are interested that are not here, and we have a school representative.
Correct.
Right.
Unfortunately, she's not here today because she has to, attend a family emergency. But Annalie Kess, she is part of the school district, as well as Daniel Sullivan, who is out of the country in some business matters.
And so the reason why I bring this up is that sometimes people may be more apt to go to a school leader, to a pastor, to business people in the community to seek help. And then we're asking them to bring those issues, those concerns, things that we could do on a town level in town government to do better to serve everyone and represent everyone in our community. So I think there's a comfort level that you bring. You have a business with many people in which you employ, and I think I have always said, being in town government for the past 4 years, that it's hard to reach out when you have a community banner, a community, a language barrier issue sometimes, and that you'd feel like, am I really reaching out to everybody that we serve? Am I representing everybody that we serve? But now I feel like with all of you being involved in this, like you also become a voice. So I want you to bring the concerns to us, bring things that we can do better. How can we foster a great relationship with everyone in our community? Because we are a wonderfully diverse community. And so I think this could be really a great step in allowing us as a town board and the government itself to represent everybody. So it's not just, we talk about business and we have represented school, but it's from our parks and recreation to activities and things that we do, and to cultural events, to sharing, diversity. And I think a lot of those things you're going to be, and one of the things that we spoke about is that this committee will also bring ideas to our other committees. So if there is a need for a different, a type of multicultural park or anything, then maybe this committee will ask for a meeting with Parks and Recreation. If there's an issue or concerns about events that are taking place or any bias events, then maybe they'll go before the anti-bias task force and bring those things. So I think that you also are really going to be an incredible bridge, between residents and all of the committees within the town of Riverhead that we have. And so, and I think that you provide a level of comfort, so that's kind of what we began to achieve with the anti-bias task force, is that we made it much more diverse so that we're reaching out to everybody, and I want you to feel the same. So I want you to come to us and go, here's what the town of Riverhead needs to work on, here's where we can go, and here's where we can better foster relationships with all our residents.
I think one of the things that we don't think about, but it's out there, and it's part of the Hispanic and Latino community. They're afraid to come into government. They're afraid to come in and state their problem or ask for help.
Right.
And that's a fear that we need, and hopefully this is going to help with that. And having a group of people such as yourselves to welcome in people to come in and explain to them, yes, you can go into town hall. Yes, they can help you. You're not going to get in trouble if you come into town hall. There should be no fear level there. And there is. There actively is a fear level. I've talked to many Hispanic people, and they're like, I'm not coming into town hall. I'm afraid of what they might do or what they might find out or what they might say. And that's not what we're about. And you said 78% in the schools. This is our community. And we need to react and work with the community and make, I like to think of Riverhead as one community.
Correct.
And it's really not right now. I got to be honest with you, and I'm sure you know that. It's really not. And I'll tell you a real quick story. I have two neighbors that are, one is from Guatemala, one is from Mexico. And when they bought their houses and moved in, I stopped to welcome them, and my first neighbor was like, I can't believe you're welcoming me. We were so afraid to buy in your neighborhood. We didn't know how, and I don't even think about that. It's like, if I went to buy a house somewhere, I would be afraid that my neighbor wouldn't like me because of who I am or where I'm from. To me, it's senseless. And I couldn't have two better neighbors than anybody in the world than the two I have. So there's a stigma out there, and that's got to be erased. It has to be erased. And I think this is a great job. I thank you for putting this together and all of you coming together to help our community, because it is much needed.
I have to commend
Thank you.
Alex, because he really did put together the finest committee. I'd like to talk, I was just more impressed when we first met down of everybody's resume, kind of going through things like, wow, you got the best of the best here. So I know the level of confidence was immediate that we can really do a lot of great work, because we got some great individuals on this
We have reached out to Pastor numerous times. He's been on committees with the town, with us, and your congregation and the church you built is beautiful. And so many people have so much respect for you.
Thank
The
you.
fact that you're on this board, I think, is a huge, and I don't mean that to belittle anybody else that's on the board. I just don't know you that well. But Pastor, I've worked with in the past, and I think this is a fantastic opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And so they've all provided their resumes, and I'll forward everything to the board too, but I would like to put together a resolution in the formation of the committee. And so I think we've got some great individuals, and if any other town board member has any other recommendations or anything else, but I think that this is something that I'll be extremely proud of, and I think that we can reach out, to our community and embrace the diversity and all the different unique features that our community has together as a whole. So I think and it'll also be a fun committee to do a lot of good stuff too.
I think so.
So then have some
Councilman
events.
Rothwell, you should be proud, because this is such a positive step in the right direction in the unity of all the residents in Riverhead. And I thank you as a board member for putting this group together, because I think that you are exactly what Riverhead needs, and that you will help to make a bridge for all of our communities to come together. And I look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex, I've been after you for months. It's the first time I met you to get involved, and I'm so glad you're getting involved.
Thank you.
I really am, and I think it's great. I think it's a great committee. I want to also let everybody know that we're doing a new website, and there will be different languages.
Right.
So we'll translate, and we make sure that will happen. Just a side note, a personal note, I have been speaking to people, I can't remember her name, to get the Day of the Dead Kite Festival here, because it is an amazing, everybody I've shown it to is blown away, so.
We'll make it work.
Okay, good, all right, great. Oh, and there is a position open on the business advisory, so somebody might want to
Sure.
get up on
We'll
that
look into
too.
it.
That would be very, I think, useful as well.
Sure, yeah. absolutely.
Thank you.
Anybody want to add anything else, or?
Only to your earlier point about fear, there's also a literacy problem in terms of how government works. Licensing that's required, how to get the licensing, insurance, all of those things. And for everyone to have a level playing field, everybody should be licensed and insured, so helping get everyone to the same level playing field, I think is a great opportunity for us to help with and to allay their fears in how to do things.
You know, I've been a big advocate for making sure that Spanish is incorporated into our website, and I think that it would be great if we had recommendations of different links to go to for the Hispanic Latino community to learn exactly what you're saying and learn more about government and how they can do things and have it very friendly for that community to be able to utilize, so that it is less intimidating to come to town hall and they have a better understanding of what's going on, because we want everybody to be included and feel included.
And that's one of the things I think I mentioned earlier, is that this committee would do is literally hold the hand through people for some of the process. So when somebody says, I'd really like to open up a business down on Main Street, but I'm not sure, and it is a little intimidating towards how do I go about to get the permits? I got a great idea for a restaurant, a business, and, you know, an accounting firm, wherever, and I need office space, but where do I go? How do I legalize that? This is a committee that will say, well, come to us, ask your questions, and they might not have the answers, but this is a committee that's going to go, all right, give me a few days, we're going to go to the building department, we're going to get you those permits, we're going to help you walk through it, and show people the process. And I think that's what's great, because they're going to be the bridge to so many good things.
Thanks for having us this morning, taking the time for putting us on the schedule. I've been in Riverhead for 50 years on the North Fork, and we've been established as a church for 30 years. Our church represents 17 different countries. So my 4 boys went to Riverhead High School. They graduated. One of my sons is a teacher in middle school. So we're from Riverhead. And I think Riverhead is a focal point for a lot of people, even not from Riverhead, you know, North and South Fork. And I think Riverhead is going to be the focal point for a lot of people, not only Hispanics, from every round, because they come to live in Riverhead, but they go all different towns to work. And I think the Latino and Hispanic community is part of that, the difference that can be made in Riverhead. As a church, I've always said to the town, to the supervisor, we're there to help, cooperate. We have a building that, you know, we can lend to the community, to the town in any way possible. We want to be an instrument to the community. You know, we want to be like a bridge to help the community, not just because it's a church, but Latino and like you said, supervisor, helping people that to be accessible to the town. And they don't have to be afraid. You know, the way you're saying it this morning, you know, you can come in, we can assist you, help you, and if you want to grow, the town's willing to help. You know, and I think that's what being a community together is all about, helping others grow.
Absolutely.
I think you're all amazing, that you're terrific role models for people to see how you can succeed in the community here in Riverhead. And it'll only bring more people that will know how to follow in your footsteps and succeed in our community. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have you gotten so far that you know, like, times and dates of when you're going to meet, so the people listening?
We haven't set up the dates. We did a great, Alex had wrote a great outline of the committee and our goals and achievement, and so we're working on some, creating like some type of, I won't call them bylaws, but like things that we want to focus on, outline, and so, but I think we're pretty much ready. Like, I think we're there. We can put in the resolution how often that we'll meet. We're certainly going to at least meet monthly, but one of the things we talked about is not just meeting monthly would be like a general meeting of everyone within the committee, but then they talked about creating like subcommittees. So if they're going to have an event, you're going to have a service, maybe a business lunch, other things like that to bring people together. we may have a number of different subcommittees that may meet and then kind of report in together every month. So I think, I said to them when they first came in this morning, I said, today you go home with a lot of homework.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good things that you could do. But we'll put out dates shortly, and then we can absolutely publicize them. We'll put it up on Channel 22 and so forth. But I think just going step by step, I just wanted to present it today and ask for the board's support in moving forward in the creation of the committee.
And I'd like to add, thank you, Councilman Rothwell, because you provided an opportunity for the community we represent. And thank you all. I believe today we are making history. Riverhead is making history because our community is going to show other towns how it should be done. This is great. This is history, and thank you all for the opportunity.
Thank you all for
Pleasure.
stepping up.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Thank you. Well needed, long overdue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good.
Anything else to add?
Just for the public, until they get a set date and time from when they're going to meet, they can reach out to Councilman Rothwell for
Absolutely.
any information in the meantime as a contact person.
Sure.
And then once you're up and formalized in terms of dates and times, obviously we get that up on the website and promote that so everybody has an idea.
And our meetings will be, in terms of a format, typically as we've done, and we've been successful in other committees, is that we'll have like a committee meeting itself with the members, but then we always welcome public people to come by, and then we'll take a point in that meeting where we can have people come forward with concerns, thoughts, praise too, And so it'll be interactive, our meetings, and be open to everyone to come in. So we'll never have a closed door policy. So we want, even if somebody says, I know that they're meeting this month and I have one concern, I want to bring it to their attention. We want them to know this is the place to come and do it, where you can share thoughts.
Great.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much for taking your time out, especially during the middle of business day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all, all right?
Nice to meet you.
Take care now, bye-bye. Yep.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice
to
to
see
meet
you
you. Very proud.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Good to see you again. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much, appreciate everything. Thank you very much, appreciate everything.
Nice to meet you.
Pastor, very nice to meet you.
Oh, there's a lot of
That's
potential
great.
there.
Yes.
I really feel good about it.
Yeah. Awesome.
You couldn't ask for better resumes.
No, 100%,
They're great.
100%. All right, next matter we have is matters surrounding the expansion of the Wesley Ackerman Skate Park facilities. And again, Councilman Rothwell, and we have a couple of people in the audience that maybe want to come up.
I think we have Wes's best friend and we have other people. If all you want to come forward, you can all join us.
Come on up.
How are you? So I have
Good,
this
how are you?
presentation, but I actually updated it slightly. Is there any way I could,
Do you have it on the thing?
I got it on
Justin?
the laptop and I have it on the flash drive.
Do you have the newest presentation, Justin?
It's been updated since I sent it. I was working on it still when I sent it.
You might want
I'm
to,
saying you've made one or two adjustments or corrections.
There's minor differences. I was working on it as I sent it. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's fine.
So I guess briefly, while we're waiting, we're going to set up a little slideshow presentation. But so that everybody knows, I guess a little over a year ago, we all gathered around the skate park at the Pulaski Street School. And many of you may recall the story of Wes Ackley, and I know a lot of it is on the slide presentation, but we had the honor of last year dedicating the park in his memory. So he was a leader in terms of the development, the building, and the construction of the skate park, but more importantly, a great young person that came forward first and spoke out to make sure that our Parks and Recreation was doing things for the kids and not charging fees and so forth. And so the park is greatly used, and they're looking to expand their operations. And so we're looking to potentially move from the current location directly across the street adjacent to the Pulaski Street, the park over there. Yeah. So Stotsky Park, I'm sorry, I'm saying that. So right across the street from Stotsky Park, there is some county land that we acquired. And so he has a nice presentation, and this is Wes's best friend that's coming forward. You guys can all come forward if you want. Share any thoughts. Don't be shy. Okay. Okay. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, how's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
Hi, Chris.
Good morning.
Good to see you all. Alright, so, while we get this new version set up, I can start with the introduction here.
Okay.
So my name is Chris Patty, and I'm here to give a breakdown on building a new skate park in Riverhead. I was born and raised in Riverhead, where thanks to family, friends, and teachers, I experienced the ultimate upbringing. Present day, I own and operate a fine art printing business and skateboard company. Growing up, there was something special in the town of Riverhead, and that was the skate park, where I spent most of my formative years. The skate park provided me with a unique experience in that I had somewhere to go at any time, where I could spend countless hours honing my skills, learning how to be brave, and practicing something highly challenging over and over until I was able to achieve it. The skate park proved to be not only a training facility, but a creative outlet, a school, and a safe haven for the youth around me who were not as blessed with their home lives. It is at the skate park where some of my most meaningful friendships and discoveries about myself were made. It is the place where my best friend, Wes Ackley, and I grew from boys to men, gaining not only a mentality of commitment, dedication, and compassion for those learning alongside us, but one of warriors hardened by sun and steel. Much of my downtime is spent in the same way it was during the Riverhead skate park days, making skate videos and working alongside some of the most talented skateboarders in my community. With today's presentation, I hope to paint a picture of one of the most enchanted times in Riverhead's history. My vision is to bring about another golden age for Riverhead's youth by building a new skate park in honor of my friend, Wesley Ackerman, who passed away in his battle with cancer and chemotherapy in January of 2023. So, you can go to the first slide. All right. Do I need to speak into this microphone, or is this
can
fine?
hear you.
You're fine the way you are. Ray, when was the skate park first built?
2005.
05?
Yeah, it might have been 4 or 3, because I was here at 5.
Do you want to join us, Ray?
I thought I was, but
No, you come up here. Yeah,
I
come
like
on.
sitting back here.
Press left and right arrows.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so that was before, that Cardinelli was in 05, so that's probably 3.
Thanks, Ray.
Hi, how are you?
All right. Wes was a well-known skateboarder on Long Island and in the city. He was a long-time advocate for the skate park, dating back to 2010, when he convinced the town of Riverhead to rethink the skate park membership fees, which inhibited the park from many skateboarders. This resulted in the skate park's best and most popular era. So this is a quote from Newsday here. Wes Ackley likes to skateboard, but he doesn't like paying $30 a year for a permit to use the town skateboard park in Riverhead.
Yeah, that was the other night.
So the Bating Hollow student did what any well-taught ninth grader would do. He wrote to the town supervisor, and his letter was so good that the town decided to reconsider its entire skate park fee structure to see if it should cut them. Wes was my best friend. This is Wes and I skating in my parents' basement in 7th grade. Although skating is a year-round activity, we still found a way to do it, even if there was snow on the ground, or if it was raining. Skateboarders show an uncommon amount of dedication compared to other sports. They find a way to make it work and building community regardless of any pitfalls that inhibit them from doing what they love. It becomes a way of life, introducing them to mentors, friends, and culture that they otherwise would not have become acquainted with. We made skate videos religiously with a crew of friends who I am still close with to this day, one of them being a professional rider on my skate company. Because the East End lacked in skate-related resources, we built our own skate parks, learned how to work with our hands as a team, and created what was missing ourselves. So I've told a few of you where Costco is now. That was actually a secret skate park in the woods at one point where skaters would come from all over, even the city, professionals, come all the way out to the East End to skate this place in the woods that skateboarders made. So
Another one up off of Young's Avenue, too, that was used.
yeah, yes. That's funny you know that. That's the second version of it, actually. Yeah. So we did it ourselves. The East End has seen many iterations of the DIY skate park, which are unsanctioned skate parks made by skaters themselves, due to a high demand for parks not being met. One of them, dubbed The Range in Rocky Point, was recently demolished. It boasted professional level cement obstacles made by skaters themselves. Skateboarding brought us to explore beyond the town of Riverhead, into the city, and eventually around the world. So this is Wes and I at the range in Rocky Point on the left there. That was the abandoned driving range, which also turned into a skater-made skate park. So these things have been popping up, since skating started, really. So these were the best years of our lives. My goal with these next few slides is to offer a glimpse into the Riverhead Skate Park during its most attended years, prior to the ramps being removed in 2016. We wanted to spend every single day at the skate park, and as long as our parents were willing to give us a ride, we did. If a parent couldn't give one of us a ride, we would carpool and have slumber parties. After a long day of skateboarding at the park, we would skate some more in a friend's driveway. The community revolving around the skate park involved more than just extreme sport participants. Many children, including myself and friends, would have their birthdays at the skate park, the place they loved most. This brought not only friends together, but parents, siblings, relatives, and family friends. The experienced skaters would notice new participants, accept them into the community, and offer advice, creating a natural hierarchy and learning environment. This served as a blueprint for all future endeavors that I have embarked on. It showed me how to respect those who dedicate so much of themselves to something and learn from them in return. These pictures were from the skate park before some of those ramps were removed there. The old Riverhead skate park catered to mid-level skateboarders, but not beginners or experts. The two most crucial skill levels of skateboarding, because you want people to easily get into it and then continue to do it without being hindered by a lack of facilities and resources to grow. Some skaters even moved out of Riverhead into the city to chase their skateboarding dreams. With a well-made, challenging skate park, we can raise Olympic-level skateboarders right here in Riverhead. Because as I'm sure we all know, skateboarding is now an official Olympic sport. So that happened at the last Olympics. The skate park and the community it created had the minds of so many youth firing on all cylinders. We'd skate till exhaustion, only to think up the next big trick we wanted to learn. Pictured in these slides are some of the more challenging features of the park that were removed in 2016. So on the left side of this slide, you'll see what's called the mini ramp with the spine transfer. That sounds like it's everyone's favorite thing that is now missing. And you wouldn't be able to do these kind of tricks at the skate park anymore because of the lack of those sort of ramps there. This is another of one of the more challenging features in the skate park that has since been removed.
Ray, why were these removed?
They were
Too dangerous.
Oh.
Yeah, they were falling apart. I'll get into that too. So one harsh winter, we shoveled 2 feet of snow off the beloved mini ramp, which I just told you about, just to be able to skate. The mini ramp is pictured in this slide and has since been removed. You don't see people shoveling snow off the pickleball courts or the hockey rink or the basketball courts. Skateboarders show an uncommon amount of dedication compared to other sports. There was a petition with a huge response against removing ramps for pickleball courts, garnering thousands of signatures, but the demands to save the park were not met. So instead of finishing renovation work currently underway at the skate park, the town has decided to add a pickleball court. That decision has encountered sharp criticism from residents who are eager to see recreational opportunities for youths expanded, not reduced. Wesley Dean Ackley, a skateboarder who more than a decade ago changed the future of Riverhead Skate Park through the power of advocacy, was immortalized yesterday when Riverhead Town named the place where he spent much of his free time during his teenage years in his honor. So the park has been renamed after Wes, but we must rebuild it to give his legacy and the youth of Riverhead what they deserve. This is Wes skating at a world-famous skate spot in San Francisco. This activity really does give participants an international community to flourish in wherever they go. And I've even traveled by myself one time to Paris for a week with just my skateboard. And I was accepted into that community. Many of them didn't even speak English, and I was able to get along just fine. Took a few years of French in school, so that helped. And I ate some of the best food in my life, and you fall right into these communities, and that's true for anywhere in the world that you go. As long as you really love this thing, you're going to be accepted into any skateboard community. I have been facilitating events at the current skate park, providing a platform for healthy competition and physical achievement. In addition to my own efforts, the skateboarding community has thrown fundraiser events, raising thousands of dollars and tons of awareness for this project. I couldn't do it without them and everyone else who attends these events. We have manned fundraiser booths around town during events like the Riverhead Country Fair, the Polish Festival, the Blues Festival, and Alive on 25. I have met many wonderful people who are enthusiastic about the project at our fundraiser booths. We've created a sense of community by running a raffle where many local businesses generously contributed prizes. These are businesses I have frequented since I was a child that are invaluable to the town. We even raffled off a motorcycle.
Skateboard with a motor.
We raised $10,000 in the first week of fundraising, and now over $23,000 from over 220 donors. And this is all without a nonprofit or anything. Up until now, we do have one, but these were all grassroots donations with no incentive for people other than to just have a new skate park somewhere for the kids. The public's outpouring of generous support is a testament to the demand for a new skate park. So this is an example of a conceptual design here, a 3D rendering made in the computer. The conceptual design is a democratic process where community members will all have a say on how the new skate park should be made. We have raised enough to pay for the conceptual design process, further building community awareness and participation in getting a new park built. So that would be the next step after this meeting, as long as this project is approved, is to get this design made and get the community involved in the decisions. This project caters to many groups beyond skateboarders, including rollerbladers, BMX bike riders, and scooterers. So we've been working with American Ramp Company, who actually built the current skate park many years ago, and they have a subdivision who makes cement skate parks. And they build the best skate parks in the world. Here's another example here. So the new park will be made of cement, saving the town repair headaches and tens of thousands of dollars every decade. Cement parks require little to no maintenance. I personally skateboard at cement parks that are 15 to 20 years old, same age as the Riverhead skate park, that have required zero maintenance to their construction. The Riverhead Skate Park needed $70,000 in repairs in just over a decade. So here's an example of another beautiful cement park. I mean, these are works of art, really, built by some of the most skilled construction workers in the world. It's a highly specialized thing to do.
Excuse me, Chris, could you tell me
Yes.
what the existing park, or maybe Ray, if you could tell us what the existing park is made of, if not cement?
It's made of prefabricated ramps, so these are ramps that you can kind of just pick and choose, and they bring them in and they assemble them. So there's metal frames with a special type of plywood called skate light. There's many different brands that make this wood, so some of it lasts longer than others, but the point is that, yeah, it's falling apart to the point that it was dangerous, so they had to remove most of the ramps on the bottom level, about half of the ramps, due to the expenses that it brought. So the solution would be, yes, the cement park, where we pay up front one time, we could do it in phases, and then it's good to go for decades. It'll last for many, many, many years. So in this slide here is a pump track, and the company that we're working with, American Ramp Company, can actually make these ADA accessible. So we can build a pump track which would be the first of its kind on the east end. Pump tracks can be made ADA accessible, enabling the disabled to participate and opening opportunities for additional grant funding. This is a close-up of what a pump track looks like. So you can ride a bicycle, a mountain bike, a skateboard, anything with wheels on this, and it's an amazing workout. It's a great thing because someone who has no interest in the skate park might have plenty of interest in this addition if we were to build one of these in addition to the park right next to it. So this is an award-winning, world-class skate park built in Montauk by American Ramp Company. And this is one of the best skate parks in the country, certainly the Northeast and the East Coast. And they were able to build this in just under a year. The construction took once they broke ground there.
And so many of those people are traveling through Riverhead to eventually make their way out to Montauk.
Right, and even people in the Hamptons, many of them are much closer to Riverhead than they are to Montauk. So even with the remote location of Montauk, hundreds of people turned out to celebrate the official opening of that skate park, and that was again built by the company that we're working with any questions we have, and hopefully they'll be able to construct a new park. And then Matt Jedlicka of LK McLean Associates on the left here, and an East Hampton Town Councilman David Lease, both worked on the redesign of the skate park, and they received an award from the American Council of Engineering Companies of New York because of their efforts on the Montauk skate park.
Chris, do you have a price on what that park was out in
So,
Montauk?
in a perfect world, we would spend $1 million on the skate park altogether, but it can be done in phases. Perhaps we break it into 2 phases or 3 phases. I'll get into that a bit more, but we're also privately raising funds now. You'll see later in the presentation, we did start a 501c3. But ideally, the Montauk skate park costed about $1.4 million. And like I said, that's one of the best in the entire country. So with a budget of $1 million, we can come very close to that, or maybe $1 million plus a pump track. But those are everything is adjustable as we go. We can figure that out.
I can say that the Montauk Skate Park actually has a webcam.
It does. That's what we would do for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there are always people, utilizing.
Yeah. And it's in the
It's
middle of nowhere.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's in summer to get there. People drive so far from all across the
Because there's
island.
nothing else around.
And Riverhead's so much more accessible with traffic and peak season and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Exactly, and Montauk also even has a busing program where it will bring kids from school to the skate park after school. And I think they just offer that as part of the schooling for free for the children. But it also helps to keep things under control. It reduces crime or graffiti or anything. Having a camera there on the park at all times, not only does it do that, but it shows people, hey, it rained out earlier today. Skaters are always asking each other, is the park wet? Is it dry yet? That's one of the biggest questions anytime the weather's not great. So it shows you, here's what the park looks like right now. And people have even made funny videos with the Montauk camera of people skating in the park. So it's a good, I think it's a good thing to add as well.
I actually looked at it the few times that I've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, why can't Riverhead have something like this?
Yeah, that would certainly be something nice. I don't think it would be too expensive to do something like that. So in this slide here, this is the land adjacent to the current skate park, and it was acquired by the Town of Riverhead under the Project Greenways program. So, in the Project Greenways resolution, a written binding commitment to improve and maintain the acquired properties as active parkland was made. This land is also right next to the current skate park, which is walkable from the high school, middle school, Pulaski Street School, and Roanoke Avenue School. It's zoned in a low-income area, which also offers additional opportunities for government grant funding. So here's a part of the deed or the resolution here for that land. And you might have on hand those documents, but if not, we do have those available. And so we are working with the Town of Riverhead's Community Development Department, who in the past few years have gained the reputation of the best our town has ever seen. So, town officials and local business leaders have said that the true engine driving Riverhead's renaissance is Mrs. Thomas and her community development team. And Tim Hubbard himself said we have the best community development team department around. The assistant Community Project Supervisor Joe Majorana, Associate Administrator Carissa Collins, and Grants Analyst Frank Messina are unbelievable. They're constantly working on grant money, putting grant applications together, and submitting them for projects all over town. So we've had a few meetings with community development, and I'm very confident in their abilities to assist us with getting those state and federal grants for this project, because their track record has proven that they are the best of the best, and they're great people. It's been great meeting with them. So here's a graph showing skateboarding participation, which, as you can see, in 2020 exploded. So,
COVID.
yeah, skateboarding is a bigger activity than ever since COVID showed the world they need more outdoor activities that promote good health. And also, it's now, like we were saying, it's in the Olympics, so it's growing. It's in a very interesting place right now. The demand is higher than ever, and as I've proven throughout this, people are building their own skate parks with their own bare hands. So it's gonna be amazing to do this. So the Riverhead Central School District enrollment was 5,434 in 2023. This is in the top 15 of enrollment sizes of 127 school districts across Long Island. So we have a ton of kids in this town in walking distance that would benefit from this project. So some benefits of a public skate park would be that they reduce illicit behavior, they provide a safe environment for skateboarding, they reduce damage to private property by containing skating within the park, and it has obviously significant physical health benefits and mental health benefits as well. And they also have a very positive economic impact. And again, I keep pointing towards Montauk. It's in the middle of nowhere, but people are coming out to this park for events, contests, even on any given weekend on a cold day like this weekend. I'm sure you'll see plenty of people using that skate park. And this is in a tiny town in a remote location. So we've started a nonprofit, a 501c3 nonprofit, and we have officially been granted that status. This organization consists of myself, my wife, and others who were born and raised in Riverhead. The Dexys Project was founded to fund future events for youth on the East End revolving around learning and self-expression through skateboarding. This project is for the children. Let's get them off those iPads and into the great outdoors where they can be blessed with the same experience I've shown you here. I speak today from my heart and on behalf of a deeply devoted community. This project is more than a skate park. It's a promise to our youth that they are seen, valued, and deserving of a place where they can thrive. Wesley's legacy reminds us of the power of kindness, courage, and lifting each other up. He wasn't just a friend, he was a guiding light and still is. This park will honor his memory, giving the youth and his friends a place to grow stronger, not just physically, but mentally. A place where they find belonging and hope. Together, we have an opportunity to create something that will make a lasting difference for generations to come. May we all work toward building a brighter future. God bless.
So Chris, thank you very much for coming today, and thank you for sharing even personal moments with us. So we were extremely proud, to name the park, in his name, and he deserved that honor, and he earned that honor.
Absolutely.
And I certainly see your need to expand. So what we wanted to talk about today, one of the goals was, by having the presentation, was that, we do have the best CDA development, and Dawn Thomas took time out and sat with Chris and I know that I think she's spoken to Ray as well about it, and the Recreation Department, Ray is supportive of it. So one of the things we're looking for is to put forth a resolution allowing the CDA to engage and apply for different grants.
Right.
And Chris has also been researching many grants on his own.
Yep.
And Tony?
Tony Hawk Project is one that we're going to apply for. It's now called the Skate Park Project. I'm confident that we can get those kind of grants, especially considering the low-income zoning and the possibilities of having an ADA accessible element to the skate park. And especially if we can get some letters of recommendation from officials, that would also largely increase our chances.
Because they've already done some ground roots and raised some money, they can have some preliminary designs. And that allows us to eventually put out like an RFP on what things would really cost to put it out there and how much money we really need to grasp. So we're talking in the realm of $1 million, but we talked about maybe potentially even doing it in phases. So we may have phase 1, 2, and 3 until we get to that long-term goal. And also to incorporate, I was impressed too that you bring in like a BMX community as well, along with the skateboard, so there's a lot of multi-uses for the park in itself.
Rollerbladers, scooters, mountain bikes, even if you do a pump track. A lot of people,
I love the long-term. One of the biggest things that Riverhead struggled within its parks, I'm sure Ray can agree, is that maintenance.
Exactly.
So we get funding for these projects, we put things in place, we put new slides, we put new swings, and then there's a lifespan to everything. And so this here, like to go for the ultimate goal of getting that cement park where there'll be little maintenance and it'll be here for many, many years to come.
Correct.
And so we certainly get more of a value every year that goes by. And so, it sounds very, very expensive, but I think through multiple grant opportunities, to fundraising efforts, I think we can get there. And so we're blessed because we have the potential opportunity to utilize this land. So I'd ask my fellow board members and to kind of to think about putting that land to use. And that's always been our fear is, okay, the county gives us parkland, they give us opportunities, and when we build something, how do we maintain it? And so this is a project that, having that little low-cost maintenance over the long run says that this for many years can stand there and in honor to Wes.
Right.
For everything achieves.
And I would like to also add that skateboarders are very much appreciative of these kind of projects, and they self-police these kind of elements of the community, these kind of facilities. So, it's very close to their hearts. These kind of places, like the current skate park, that's sacred grounds for myself and many others here. So it does it, it fixes itself. Like there's no repairs that need to be made or anything when you do cement. So, yeah.
So we would ask the board to consider to put like a resolution forth, allowing Dawn Thomas, the CDA Development Agency, to apply for grants, to seek funding, and to acknowledge that we would be in support of this project. Ray, do you have any questions, concerns, or any ideas?
No, I mean, what the property's talking about is the crewed up piece. I don't know if you remember that.
That's a sand pit over on the
the
back
county
side
owns
of the
it,
parking
but-
lot for the soccer
yeah,
field, yes.
Leased to us, so, I was told it's a great location for it. We've always looked at it for soccer fields and other things, but it can accommodate all of it, so.
And then what would happen to the old skate park area?
Well, if we ended up building a whole new skate park, we could turn it into a spray park, or something over there.
Yeah, it opens up more opportunities. Some of them could be very low cost. You paint the pickleball court on there, would get a net, some of them would be extremely low cost, and you have a beautiful cement, perfect ground there, ready to roll. So the skate park is gonna benefit one community, and then there's multiple other opportunities with the old skate park there.
So it
it's a
immediately
win-win.
repurposes it right away, right, Ray? So that you have
Yeah,
different
I'd love
uses.
to
Yeah, it's a win-win situation for sure, building from fresh earth, because with the cement park, they want to survey the land and build directly onto the bare earth rather than have to rip up the old foundation. It would cost a ton of money. So turn it into a win-win that way.
We would support you in endeavors too, if we want to do like fundraising events at the park and so forth, and so
Thank you.
things like that, where
Right.
we can, help bring, I think this would be taking Wesley's dream like one notch up to a little bit more.
Absolutely, right, yeah, and I could reach out to my connections in the industry and get some bigger sponsors for these kind of things, and we can bring in, I mean, hey, if it's okay with you guys, we could bring in hundreds of people if we do this thing right for one of like events like this, and it only benefits everything around the skate park, the
Sure.
businesses, the town itself.
Restaurants,
It's gonna make people want to move
hotels,
here.
everything.
It's gonna make people want to move to this town. I mean, it's a serious thing.
Let's get Tony Hawk here.
Let's get them here. Yeah, let's get them move out here to East Emory.
I commend you on your presentation. You did a fabulous job.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you very
is
much.
Really
Very,
good.
Chris.
very personal.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Chris, I met you, I did meet you
At
at
the
live,
fundraiser booth.
one of the times you were at a booth,
Yes.
Live on 25, and you talked
Right.
to me about this. You have been active in moving this forward. I think it's great. I think anything that gives children an opportunity to get out of the house,
Right.
off the videos,
Right.
and get outside and get away
Yeah.
from boredom and then drugs and other
Yes.
trouble, and get out, just like the playground down in downtown will do, just
Right.
like the ice skating will do,
Exactly.
a YMCA, anything that gives children a healthy alternative. I'm
Right.
totally for, and I think this is a great
Thank you.
idea.
And that's a good opportunity to also point out it's a self-initiated thing. And like I made clear in the presentation, skateboarders, they show an uncommon dedication. So they're going to do this themselves. They're going to beg their parents, drive me to the skate park every single day, just like me and dozens of other kids did. There's no set practice times, or this is when you have to go to the school to do baseball. No, it's like you can do this at any time if that sun is shining, or even if it's cold and cloudy, people are going to go and do it.
And I love that you said that it also could be for children with disabilities, that
could,
this
yeah,
would
we
be
can have that element.
fantastic for them.
Yes,
Outdoor
we can have
activity
that
for them
element
as
too,
well.
Yes, exactly.
Do we have a website up and running for the fundraising effort right now?
There is a GoFundMe website.
So you want to just give that to the general public?
The best way to get in touch with us and get to that fundraiser would be just on Instagram. And even if you don't have a phone, you can type this online. It's Wesley Dean Ackley Skate Park.
Okay.
That's the Instagram handle. You could even just type that on Google. It's just the name of the skate park, Wesley Dean Ackley Skate Park. That's going to bring you to the Instagram where you can see events that we've done so far. There's plenty of footage of folks skateboarding and just being a community and just loving even what we have now. And you can be led to the fundraiser through the link there. So that's
We want to
accessible.
start promoting those fundraising efforts.
Absolutely.
Lisa is here from Weedale Signs, and she's even offered maybe we can
Right.
put like some signage up there on the fence, if that's okay with Ray, where you can at least get the website or some location, so kids that are
Right.
currently going there and things like that, everybody that puts $20 in a hat, eventually it all starts adding up and it goes a long
Yeah, we
way.
have a QR code, could be on.
Yep.
Yes, yeah, and it's already added up to 23,000 before. We haven't even seen any larger private donations yet. We just got the 501c3 nonprofit status, so we're going to begin. Councilman Kern mentioned actually a nice resource in the city where people, you can find donors, people who are looking to donate to projects like this. So this is really, we're going into the next phase of fundraising and finding these private donors who would like to donate larger chunks. But we will be having events in a few months. Wes's mother, Christine, and Lisa, they're helping us plan things. So we'll keep everyone in the loop. We have, like I said, over 200 donors so far. So this is a big email list. We have everyone's email address that we're going to reach out. And it's the process of doing this thing is also amazing because it brings the town together. It connects the community, and it can reconnect people who've grown up here their whole lives. Maybe you haven't seen someone in 10 years. But there's a lot of amazing elements to the process itself. I'm realizing it's been a pleasure to work on the project, and it's exciting.
So one of the things I just want to mention too is that, the first concern when somebody said, we want to build a new park or anything like that, I was like, wait a minute, this is Wes's park. So I want everybody to know Wes's mom is here and she supports us
Right.
doing a larger endeavor
Yes,
to honor
yes.
Wes in a bigger and greater way.
Right.
And so it's not about dismantling Wes's park, it's about bringing it to the next level.
Rebuilding it,
Yes.
correct. Yes, yes. So it needs
We have the
rebuilding.
family support.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So Chris, I have a question for you.
Yes.
And I love the pump track. What would be your preference, the pump track or like the track that is in Montauk? Or
Well-
you know,
So the pump track is more of an auxiliary option. Like the skate park is 100% the goal here, but what we're going to do with the design process is to see what the public wants. I mean, I've been skateboarding my whole life, so I know what a good skate park looks like. I know what it should cost. I know of all this stuff. But it's important to get the community involved. Like I was saying during the presentation, everyone misses the spine transfer, the ramp that was shaped like, goes up and down. Everyone misses that. So the new skate park, it's got to have a spine transfer.
Explain how Pivot reach out to the.
So Pivot, the company we're working with, they've explained to us that conceptual design process, like those 3D renderings that we showed you. There's a democratic process where they do surveys for all the local skateboarders, and we would share that through social media, and
Cool.
that process
Very good.
itself does bring more momentum and attention to the project. But it's a democratic process, so with the pump track, part of the appeal is there aren't any pump tracks on the east end. Montauk didn't do a pump track, they just made the skate park a little bigger. So I don't want to make that decision myself. It's really a democratic process, but there's appeal to it, so it's definitely on the table as an option.
One of the last things I'll bring to point is that the reason why I see the greatest potential in this project is that it comes with a great story. And so
does,
even as you
certainly.
did your presentation today and you talk about Wes, the fact that a young boy walks into town hall and is like, I need a skate park and I don't want to pay for it. You know?
It's an amazing
So
story.
with the story, I think that you will have a great opportunity to reach out to skateboard magazines. And
Right,
then that
right.
we can really truly obtain some national sponsors and to get people in there because
Absolutely.
sadly Wes passed away, but he left a great story and legacy behind him that people want to somehow tie themselves to it and say,
Right.
I want to touch somebody just like Wes did, and to reach out. So I think that, I think we can really be successful in fundraising and
Thank you.
getting
That's great.
grants and sponsorships and so forth. So
Yes.
just because of the sheer story of him walking in here, standing before a town board.
I know, it's a fantastic story, so, this project is great in any case, but we have this history here in the town, we have this era that happened here, that it's coming back even without the new skate park, but with the new one, it's going to blossom into something like a renaissance of sorts, I think, for the town, more than on a higher level than just extreme sports. Like I said, the families are involved, everyone is involved around this hub, it's like a community center,
Next up, the Olympics.
There
Yeah,
you
we'll
go.
get these kids in the Olympics one day,
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming in and
Absolutely,
sharing the
thank
story.
you so much. Great job.
Yeah,
Great job.
fantastic.
We'll work
Thank
on
you.
putting the resolutions together for you and get the process beginning.
So as soon as we get those, we'll start getting the design made and everything, like we can just keep this ball rolling, basically, right?
Everybody's
Yes.
good, right?
Everybody's
Yeah.
good.
So everyone is
Absolutely.
on board? Everyone's on board with this, right? All right.
1,000%.
Fantastic, thank you all very
Thank
much.
you for coming
Thank
out
you.
today. Appreciate it. Excellent job, Chris. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, everyone have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye.
Two.
I have to run upstairs for a second. Be right back.
Oh, no, thank you for coming out here.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Great seeing you again.
Thank you.
Take care, Lisa. Bye-bye.
I used to skateboard a lot when I was a kid. I love it. I love
I used to have an Alva board.
it. It's so-
A what?
An Alva board. That was the big thing in the 80s, Alva.
It's a type of skateboard?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I had doctor's appointments because I couldn't do very well on a skateboard. My brother did it to learn to surf.
Honestly, and snowboarding too.
Yeah, and snowboarding, yeah. Absolutely. Okay, next up, we have matters surrounding the monthly Justice Court report. Counselor CERU. Before you get started, I understand there's a new member in your family?
Yes, I
Okay.
had a son.
And
Yeah.
what breed is this son?
He's a Husky Terrier mix.
Husky little terrier or big terrier?
Big Terrier.
Oh, so this is
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
large son.
Yeah,
Cool.
he's a really good boy. I'm very happy with him.
How old is he?
They think he's about a year and a month. I adopted him from North Fork Animal Welfare League, and he's great.
Good?
Right.
Well, best of luck with him.
Thanks for asking.
What's his
welcome.
name?
Balto. They gave him the name
Balto.
Balto, and we kept it.
Okay.
Yeah, after the sled
Yes,
dog.
Yes, in
Yeah.
Leicester.
Nice.
Okay, so does everyone have the? I have
I
extras.
do you-
It might not have
I'm-
gotten.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand that. Thank you. Can you have one figure on? Do you have that enough? Thank you.
All right, exactly enough. That's good.
Thank you.
Okay, so Justice Court was closed between December 16th and January 6th. So that's why, I mean, it still are pretty good numbers, but that's why there's a slight downward trend, because we only met 2 times for town code matters. All right, so with that being said, I just wanted to touch on, and this is not just December, but you'll see a trend where the fire marshals category is often very stark, and that's not a reflection of the work they do. I work very closely with the fire marshal's office. They're fantastic. They're issuing a lot of tickets. But the reason why you don't see that many month to month is there's generally 2 types of cases that we're seeing with the fire marshals. We either have ones that are open for a very long time because there are complicated procedures like removing branch pipe, installing things like that, that involve visits to the site. Myself and Fire Marshal Keating have done a couple of visits this past month just to kind of meet with the owners of the property, meet with the defendant, and kind of go over the intricacies of, how to get them up to compliance and ensure safety. So that's why some of these don't get disposed of as quickly. The other side of that are the quick ones. Like, for example, there's a huge uptick in blocked egress, and a lot of that was from Black Friday, Tanger, things like that. Those have a quick turnaround. Often by the time that ticket is arraigned in justice court, the owner has remediated the problem. It's usually a clothing rack or a couple of boxes. So those will get resolved quicker, but for right now, you won't see it in the fire marshal section, because what we've been doing, and this has been practiced for years, because everything right now as the code is written that I have researched is under a misdemeanor. If there are good actors that own businesses and they remediate things very quickly, we don't want to stick them with a misdemeanor. So we'll often amend it to, let's say, a littering ticket. So that will fall under other. So I'm working with the fire marshal's office to see if we can get maybe a renewal of permit offenses, or possibly, forget what else we spoke about. We want to get 1 or 2 offenses to be knocked down to a violation level so that our reports accurately reflect the work that's being done by the fire marshal's office. So I just figured I'd bring up that topic. So that's what I have for this month as an explanation for the way that the chart looks this month. So if anyone has any questions.
Means they'll all be coming in January.
Well, they were closed the first week of January, but yes. Another thing is the increase in fines for the building permit, CO, rental permit. Those kicked in on December 17th. I believe the board voted that in on December 17th. And then the court was closed immediately thereafter. So you'll start to see that flow through in January, reported in February, but yeah.
And we spoke to Council Howard last month, and so we're looking maybe perhaps in February or something to get that final breakdown of just
Sure.
how we did with the,
Yeah, as much as we can do from our office, not knowing what's actually getting collected. But yes, of
Correct.
course, I have doing
general
my running
idea.
tab.
yeah,
Yeah,
and just to see where they can be applied to, the different, the penalties that were, assessed.
Yeah.
And the parks and rec and other things. So,
right. So that's everything for now.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. Okay, next up, we have matters surrounding monthly November and December code enforcement reports with Investigator Downs.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing?
Very good.
Good.
Oh, it must be good. That's a great presentation on that skate park.
That was, it really was. Nice job.
Oh, it's different ones. Yeah.
Apologize for my froggy voice. I'm getting over a cold, but
You're welcome to sit down at that.
yeah, I figured you would say that. All right, so we got 2 reports to go through, November and December. We will start off with November. We opened up 60 new complaints in November. Some of those categories include, I highlighted some, the importation with no permits, overcrowded houses, we had 3, residential no building permits, that was up, we had 13, some shopping cart violations, 1, and unsecured buildings, we had 2. We had approximately 135, we have approximately 135 cases still under investigation from January. Summonses, we've issued 48 summonses, 52 notice of violations for the month of November, and the categories for those are listed.
So Rich, when you say 135 cases, those are cases remaining open? Like, do you know how many complaints you handled over the whole year?
Yeah, we're gonna get that to into December.
December? Okay,
Yeah, we'll
sorry.
do an end of year.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so as I said last time, I'm not concerned with that number because those are split between 6 officers. So we'll pretty much try to close out the cases as quick as possible. Okay. On rental properties, we have inspected 94 residential type houses and 50 apartment units in the month of November. We collected $16,275 in rental fees for the month of November. And the total revenue at the end of November for rental fees was $327,600. Okay?
Nice number.
Yep. And, you know, I also have all the other statistics if the board needs any, you know, information.
Just a quick one, Rich. On the shopping cart was, do you remember what that violation was written for?
Those are for businesses that failed to provide the locking wheel mechanisms
Great,
on their
okay.
carts.
Thank you.
We had a sweep in November and December for those businesses
Good.
that haven't complied with that. So there's still some outstanding.
How are we doing with the Staples parking lot there?
We're still trying to get contact owner information there. We're not getting any good owner information regarding complying with it. I do know that parking lot is neglected severely, so,
No, yeah,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, we got missing stop signs, I know the pavement
Yeah.
all chopped up, the parking stalls are doubled. You know, we have graffiti on the back of the building, so we're trying.
Have fines been issued for any of that?
Yes, we've had some open cases, we had some justice courts issued and we had some pending things in justice court, but I'm not sure. We'd have to talk to Victoria with respect to what's happening with it.
Okay.
Might be a good candidate for a Supreme Court action.
That's what it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Because they've neglected that
For years.
Yeah.
Years, yeah. Yep.
And that's not the look that we want for our town.
Oh, absolutely not. Yep. Yep. Plus, it's unsafe if you're trying to pull out of there and there's no stop sign. A lot of
Okay.
people are just running that because there's no stop sign there. So I've seen maybe a couple accidents almost happen like that. So, all right. Moving forward to December.
Rich, I just want to ask
Yeah.
one thing. It says, since January, this is all just January of 2024, right? 135 cases as of January 1st, 2024, the bottom there. CE has approximately 100, and in November,
Oh, in November?
it says approximately 135 cases still under investigation. Is that
Yes.
just from 2024?
That's just 2024.
Is that a total number of all cases? That's what I was asking.
No,
Those
that's
are
just
just carrying on.
Those are ones that are still open.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And those are usually open from the prior 2 months. So we really don't have a lot of cases open
from January to October. It's mostly October through November. All right, December, we've opened 95 new complaint investigations. The end of year, and I'll do that because it's December, we totaled 651 complaints open from January 2024 to December. So it's 651. Categories for the Decembers were, we had commercial site plans, we had 3 overcrowded houses, rental verifications, we had 24, residential no building permits, we had 9, unsecured buildings, we had 1. We had 158 cases still under investigation from January 1st for December. So we closed some out, we opened some new ones, gives you a bigger number. Summonses, we issued approximately 63 summonses, 27 notice of violations for the month of December. Total summonses at the end of the year were approximately 715 summonses. Some of the categories for the summonses were no rental permits, no building permits, no certificate of occupancy, parking in the front yard, litter, importation and exportation of materials, unlawful signs, weeds, rubbish, violations of of a commercial site plan, unsafe buildings and structures, shopping carts, unregistered vehicles, setbacks, and violations of New York Property Maintenance Code, and some zoning infractions. Rental properties, we inspected 113 residential types structures, which would be the houses, and 45 apartment units. End of year inspections, from January 2024 to December, we approximately inspected 2,500 rental units. Month of December, we collected $41,525 in rental fees. Total revenue at the end of December, which year to the end, $369,125 in rental fees. I just think we might need to
Yeah,
make some
that-
corrections.
Yes,
That
that's the
didn't
same
carry
numbers.
over on this.
It's all the
Is
same.
November's numbers carried
Yep.
over on.
But you might have
November and
had, there was a,
December.
there was a,
A second one?
There was a second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
you
so,
don't have
because
it.
We all,
I
I think we all just have the old one, 'cause
There was a second one.
Same
Yeah,
numbers.
we
sure it's
So just at least
keep going.
provide
Make sure
you
it's
a copy.
available for the press, so you
Yes.
did a lot more work.
Yeah,
they're the same numbers, the same numbers.
yeah, I thought that went into the packet. There was a correction on the December 2nd page that I had submitted, but, all right. Any questions?
How were your numbers, so you have your first full year behind you now for doing all the rental inspections. You did a great presentation about a year and a half ago in Old Town Hall and basically said, here's what we need to do forward, here's the potential for revenue. How are the numbers comparing, like in terms of what your expectations were? Are you on the mark?
Oh, yeah.
Ahead of
so
the game,
we're
behind? How are we doing?
We're pretty spot on with what we're receiving as rental fees, as what we thought, since we, definitely we increased the fees. We also changed it to a year rental as opposed to 2-year rentals. So, yeah.
And those numbers reflect that it's certainly paying for the code enforcement officer that we hired to do
Absolutely.
the additional,
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Well, that was,
and then some.
Yeah, and we increased the amount of rental inspections that we were doing.
Right.
So we needed that extra officer, yes.
biggest thing, we love the revenue and everything else, but the biggest thing is that we are battling safety in all the rental houses in there. By getting you in there on a yearly basis, we're making
everything more safe.
Correct.
For
Yeah,
all
yeah.
residents that are renting in the town. So
Yeah,
that was a big thing, especially for a horrific fire that took place. The more we get you, the more we take a look that we know that it's smoke detectors and just hanging down and taking apart. A battery died 3 years ago, and you're not just going through the motion, you're physically walking through them. So I think that's great.
Yeah, getting eyes on it annually as opposed to biannually is a big step.
Yep.
It's safety. Yeah.
Good, good work.
Yeah.
Excellent, sir. Thank you so much.
I had mentioned that I had a resident contact me about a house on Wading River Manor Road. I'll meet with you separately when you're feeling better.
That's all right. I know the house, so we'll talk about it.
It's a different one, actually.
Oh, you think? All right.
Thanks, Rich.
Lot going
Thank you,
on,
Rich.
William
Yeah.
Manor Road. All right, thank you.
All right, next up, we have matters surrounding the monthly town clerk report with Jim Wooten.
This is gonna be riveting. Those speakers are very sensitive. Piece of paper shuffle.
Back there it is, not so much here.
Yeah, that was really good. Basically, December, I finished up in December, but this morning I quickly looked at the numbers from 24, my first year, and from the whole year of 24. And, although we had 247 FOIL routings in December, we had 2,723 for the year of 2024 that came through our office. Notably, and then handicap permits over 1,000. Marriage licenses 352. Requests for certificates 333. Now, Carol is a notary in my office, and a lot of people come to her or directed to her from other departments to do. She had over 500 notaries, so that she had to do. So I've encouraged other departments to go ahead and maybe get some people. I'd be willing to pay for the notary stamp, but so the building's been doing good. Andreas, I know he became a notary, and I think his staff is going to try to help alleviate some of that, because that is distracting somewhat. I have to pull her away from what she's doing. Special permits, we've had over 63. Local law this year, we had over 50 new local laws that have either been amended or updated, and of course, we just got hit with the master plan. I know there's more coming next year,
Right.
and but there's a lot of work involved with that, between the postings and getting it to the state to get certified, and then back to us, and then getting out to the law books, to get them printed. So we're almost done with them now. We'll have them out by the end of the week for the ones that we just went through. So that's a lot of work with that. So, but all told, we had a pretty busy year, which, and now of course couple that with the fact that we're looking at new software programs to accommodate, the transcription services and an easier way of conducting the whole minute thing and voting and tying it into the website and then the next request, it's all through Civic Plus. And we're sitting through training seminars with that now. We just had our first kickoff meeting last week for the agenda management program, and then the week before that for the next request, which is the FOIL package. So, I mean, it's all moving forward, and we're hoping that for those meetings, it looks like we're looking like probably by June we should be up and running with everything, which is really going to be neat and complete, which we're really looking forward to. And we got some, I know we got some fees that we definitely made the justification for small increases in some of the local fees. Dogs went up $1 to $10, just it's so much easier, but dogs, what did we do for dogs last year? I tell you right now what we did for dogs. 974 dogs. We either licensed or renewed last year. We did have a practice that I stopped, North Fork Welfare Animal League, that we contract with to handle our dogs, and also Southwold does. For the longest time, when somebody adopted a dog out of Riverhead, they would send it to us to be licensed. But
That dog wasn't necessarily living in Riverhead, though.
Right, and they made a practice of doing that by issuing what they call the temporary license. There's no such thing. So I sent them a letter 6 months ago and said, I will no longer license dogs that aren't harbored in Riverhead. Because I was sending out licenses to Ronkonkoma, Connecticut. I was all over the place. I said, I can't even be sure that it was the
Right.
North Fork where Animal Shelter in Riverhead that adopted the dog out. But in any case, I just told them, look, I will put you in contact with all area clerks, and if you live in Ronkonkoma and you want to buy a dog in Riverhead, get your license from Ronkonkoma, and then come in and make that part of the redemption. And that worked out well, because it was kind of a lot of work, and the whole thing wasn't the work involved with licensing. The work for me was I have no control over that dog from that point on. I don't, and the state gave up their database. So
Oh, yeah.
if your dog is running around in Ronkonkoma,
Right.
they run the tag through the number that's going to come up. We don't know where this dog belongs. So unless you have a chip. So it all comes down to just being. The whole idea behind licensing is to keep up with the rabies shots and
Right,
make sure that
right.
everything's vaccinated. And you can't do that if I don't have control of my town. So we stopped that practice. So the dog licenses may come down a little bit, but we still have Sportsman Kennel over there, which is good for about 500 dogs a year. So
I just want to clarify, as a board member for the North Fork Animal Welfare League, nobody buys a dog from the league, they adopt the dog.
adopted. Well, I know I have 2 of them. So yeah.
I just wanted to
You
put
don't-
that out
all
there.
right, I'll get to it. I should have known that because I was very instrumental in bringing them and privatizing that shelter way back when. So I should have known that. But that's about it. We're down a bilingual clerk, so I'm glad that you set this committee up, because that seems like a nice place to go to help, maybe to find some people who may be interested
Yes.
to come. It's a few hours a day, 11 to 2:30, so it's perfect in the middle of the day if somebody wants to come and help us with the marriage licenses and vital records and language barrier, really. But we have a large, as you know, Spanish community, Hispanic community, and the language barrier, although we have our phones and it's much nice to have a friendly face there, so.
Do we still have the person we hired for that?
Noelia had to leave. She came she was here for about 3 or 4 weeks. She loved it, she appreciated it, but she had a chance to advance at the hospital where she was working, and that moved her to a daytime tour, so a daytime shift, which she wanted.
See, this is what we talk about with the town in
Right.
terms of payment. We were constantly hiring because people are leaving, finding better employment.
Yeah, well, she was at the hospial anyway, working nights, so this
I remember
segued nice for her.
we interviewed.
But then when she went straight days, she goes, I appreciate, and we'll talk about the fee structure later. That's not appealing either. But I think it's a nice fit for somebody. I mean, it's 17 and a half hours a week, in the middle of the day. I mean, so I think we'll find people. And like I said, if I can reach out to some of the churches or maybe some people from that committee.
Absolutely.
We are advertising through personnel now, but I know I can picture the fit in my head, you know?
We'll just touch on, if you don't mind me asking again, the total FOIL requests for the year.
For 2024 was 2,723.
The public just
And
needs
that's
to
not,
know.
that doesn't include police,
Yeah.
because they get their own.
Right.
So the public just needs to know in what this amounts to in hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because not only does it start in terms of hours within your department, but then it goes through the legal department, then it goes to each individual, whether you're foiling stuff from a building department, a planning
Right.
department, town, all those
Well,
individuals.
when it comes to us, we disseminate and find out where it has to be routed to. We generate the, of course, the letter that says it's been sent where it has to go. But we do the follow-ups too, because who they're gonna call
Yeah.
2 weeks later when they haven't heard back from, the call us, then we have to relook it up and find out what's going on.
But it is an extreme cost to the taxpayers.
Oh, it is.
And I just hope that we can somehow narrow down specifically more of what people are looking for, as opposed to these broad spectrums that encompass, the last one I think I got was over 3,000 emails. It's way too broad of a spectrum, and
Right.
it's unbelievable hours that
Well,
we
that's
spend.
part of our
on
discussion with
this.
next request, how we can streamline it even finer than that.
Yeah.
Because I was never aware of this ever. I mean, normally I just,
It's a lot of money. And so when you look at our yearly budget, what we're actually spending, what we take away from people from doing other.
and this is a service that we do, but I mean, I'm just thinking not only time and effort, but you're talking about database and all that other stuff that's getting clogged now, so.
Yeah.
I blame the local media that, I'm sorry.
I think it's important to point out that it's really not the journalists that are the heavy hitters for a lot of the foils. Sometimes
No,
it's
it's
just
not.
regular residents of the community that are.
Well, I think it's abused a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you got people that are expecting you to do their title searches for them, or to do their, liens and all that. So a lot of it's being used to circumvent maybe a different process.
Well,
So
we don't
it does get cumbersome.
We won't do a FOIL for those people.
Oh, I know.
For
But
their title
they'll come in and
searches.
ask, oh yeah, they'll come and ask, is there any liens on the property? I need a map, Is there a lot of real estaters?
I'm just
A lot
saying
of
there's
realtors come in,
companies
they
that
want
do
out their
all of
that.
COs,
Start
they want
charging.
Okay, I
all
just
that.
want to say that's not me.
No, I know, I'm not saying that. I'm like, there's
No,
a,
I like when I sink
There's
down
a
in my
lot of
chair.
realtors that want out their COs, if there's active permits, if there's all.
there's
on
companies though
residences.
that people can hire to do all of that.
I know, but they'll come in with a whole list, and fill out FOILs for all these different, just to, get somebody else to do their background check.
Yeah, we're on our way to set up a program to charge for those services.
Sure.
And that's what the way
Title
Southampton
search
does it,
companies.
so, for that reason.
Yeah.
Because it's
It's
ridiculous.
just, it's becoming an enormous cost for the taxpayers.
It is a lot of work.
It's large.
It's
A lot of employees involved in one search.
My office, first thing in the morning, we come in, and the first thing we go to, we look at EDRS to find out if any deaths came in, because that's important to certify them, and we look at FOILs. That's the first thing we look at. So we're not holding up funeral homes and not holding up people who want to do something. Yeah? So,
But unfortunately, the law is the law, and we have to,
Yes.
we have to do it.
oh, I don't mind I'm
You know,
just
it's
saying,
just-
there's gotta be
it
an
is-
easier way.
It is it takes a lot of resource to do it. So, it's one of those things that, it's like unfunded mandates
yeah.
where, you gotta do it, but nobody says, okay, but we'll give you money to hire somebody to do just that. Because honestly, we could have somebody almost do this full-time.
Oh, well, and ours is, although we're inundated with it, is the easy part. I mean, we just disseminate and route it, pretty much. I feel sorry for the building department, who I know have 140 in the queue. And you got Heather, I think it is, that's all she does. And she has to go downstairs with, if she can handle, if she can probably close out maybe 5 a day, 10 a day. I know there's 140 in queue waiting, and that just ebbs and flows, I'm down to 130, oh, back up to 140, so it's,
And then it goes through the town attorney's office.
right.
And they have to review it.
But anyway, so
But that's all.
I didn't mean to, it's been a great first year, really, and I'm really looking forward to getting that new software going and getting those minutes all
Yeah.
done, and make it easier for you guys. We're gonna try to get you all vote buttons so you can just vote yes or no when so.
Did you print up something for us to share? Maybe even Justin could put on Channel 22 that there is a job opportunity for bilingual position
Yeah,
in the town
Ashley
clerk's
did,
office?
but
'Cause I'd like to
I'll see what
advertise
Ashley.
that right away.
Yeah, Ashley said she did that, so I gotta find out
Yeah.
how she did that, so.
And share with us and I'll put it out too.
Good. I was gonna try to grab one of those guys.
Yeah, I'll make sure they get it, absolutely.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
I think the last one we got was from one of the local churches.
Yep.
Joanna, I think, came from a local church.
Perfect.
Appreciate your time. I told you we'd be visiting.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, on the edge of my seat.
Adopting.
All right, next up, we have matters surrounding code revisions, removing references to the Industrial A, Industrial B, and Industrial C zoning use districts, which no longer exist, and replace with Calverton Industrial CI and Light Industrial LI. And that will be with Mr. Charters.
How's everybody doing?
Good. I'm going to be right back. You go ahead and get started.
Got it. Just wanted to say that was an excellent presentation on the skate park.
Yeah, wasn't it?
That was great. I hope it really works out because
Oh,
it seems
thank
like a lot of work went into that. And
I think
He
it
did
will.
a stellar job.
I feel
It was the
underprepared.
best
I think it
presentation I've ever
Yeah, it was
seen.
really good.
And he's so young.
Yeah, that's great.
I feel bad that you have to do this because it's just making, you're just changing one
I
zone to
know.
another.
That's
It's
just the
like-
way it works.
Yeah, yeah.
So very briefly, I don't want to waste anybody's time. These are sort of the last hangovers, a little housekeeping from our massive code amendments from the comprehensive plan. I believe there's 5 sections here. I think I found everything that was left, so it's very, very simple. Page 1 of the mini packet that I sent you is for the compatible growth area that deals with pine barrens. It really just swaps out the old zoning use districts, which the supervisor said no longer exist, Industrial A, Industrial C, Industrial B.
We're
and
not
then-
changing any zoning, we're just putting it in its appropriate.
Correct. Essentially, we've changed the zoning already.
Yeah, so there
this
is no such thing as industrial A.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah,
So
so-
now we'll have Calverton Industrial and Light
And
Industrial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the first page is in the CGA. Second page in your mini packet that I just gave you guys is the sign code. Third page is, I believe, wireless communication, so that's cell towers and satellite communication facilities. Fourth page is commercial solar facilities, and then the last is battery energy storage systems.
Yeah, I went through all these, I mean, this is,
Yeah.
Again, I feel bad, I'm going like, this game.
Yeah, so we'll have to have a public hearing on this. I'll
Yeah.
handle it a similar way to what we did with the rest of the code changes. They'll all have to be noticed separately, unfortunately, because they're each their own local law, but we can have them all on the same day. Can't imagine that people will have too much to say. Part of the process.
What's the next area that we see coming up in terms of the next region, so to speak?
So what we're thinking about, obviously, we need to workshop it with you all. Assisted living, tweaking what we have now. I know in the comprehensive plan it spoke to creating an overlay district, so we're maybe revamping what we have now on the books and turning it into an overlay. Also migrating our commercial uses out of the individual code sections into a use table, how we did for the industrial codes, stuff like that. You know,
That's good.
you
That's
start
smart.
to you start to change one thing, and then it's the ripple effect of catching up and doing the rest. But we're marching right along.
Very good.
So anticipate seeing this on for a publish and post in the near future once I get around to it, but it's coming.
All right.
All right.
Yes,
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
thank you.
Councilwoman, maybe you want to introduce your next item? The supervisor's not back yet.
Sure. Okay. Ashley, can you come up, please? So, Ashley was contacted about, why don't you take it away?
Sure. Okay, sorry it was last minute, but I was contacted by Peconic Baykeeper, and Joe is going to come too, if he can make it. But basically, well, I'll hand this out. Better if you want to pass along. It's made this up real quick.
Quickly, you did that.
But the DEC is applying for a grant for this Bandalong Bandit litter trap.
Excuse me, Ashley, can you put that under the camera? Justin can pick it up and zoom in on it.
Sure.
It's not online yet.
Where's that?
Right, you got it?
Okay, you got an extra one? Okay. Okay. So the Peconic Baykeepers contacted me yesterday. They're trying to work with the DEC about putting this bandit, it's called Bandalong Bandit Litter Trap. If you see this spot that's pinned up there on the map, that's the location on the Peconic River that they're looking to have this put in. So the DEC is applying for a grant for this. The Peconic Baykeeper is working with them on it, and they're just looking for our support that we would be interested in having this there. Basically what it is it collects all floatables, like bottles and plastic and any kind of like that stuff that would be along the river. And they provided a support letter template that Joey was able to help and set up. So they're just looking for a support letter to be able to apply for this grant. They don't necessarily have the grant, but
So
they want
when it's
our
in
support.
place, who, is somebody cleaning it every day, or what, how's the maintenance?
Yeah,
on
so
it?
Peconic Baykeeper said that they would be the ones who are going to take the lead on
Is it like a regular basis,
emptying
or is it
and
like?
all of that.
Yeah, they said the maintenance and the cleaning of
Of the
the,
thing.
yeah.
Would be on them.
And is this like a permanent thing, or is this like, is it for a specific length of study? Like
Yeah,
a time?
no,
Is it
no,
like-
I think it's for a permanent use so that we can avoid getting any of this trash into the bigger waterways and stop it where it's at.
I have a bigger map if you want to put it so that you can see where it's going to go. So it's off of McDermott, not McDermott, I'm sorry, Peconic Avenue and Heidi Bear Way. To the north of Heidi Bear Way, right in front of the Riverwalk restaurant. It really isn't something that would be that noticeable. There's not a lot of foot traffic right there, but it is a way to help with polluting the water and keeping the water clean and The fact that it's no cost to Riverhead, I think that it's a wonderful way for us to protect the
We
Peconic
don't have
River.
any kayak traffic or anything that would go under there anyway, so I think
No.
that's a good location for it.
Yeah, because you can't get all the way through.
Right.
So, I don't know, with the big litter initiatives that we're taking with the litter committee and creating the other litter critters, and it's also a visible type of thing to show people how much stuff is getting into the water and that it needs to be
So,
stopped.
does that work on the incoming and outgoing time?
That I'd have to look at the different details from them, but I can send the link to put online too from the company, Bandalong, who it has all the facts about it.
I did
How it
contact
works.
one of the members of the anti-litter committee because the chair, unfortunately, her mother passed away. Deborah Wetzel's mom passed away, and she has her funeral this morning, so she was not able to be here. But on behalf of the anti-litter committee, they would be very excited about this because their main goal is to keep Riverhead clean, and they do a great job, and we put a lot into it, and I think that this would be a great asset to what we've been trying to accomplish.
And it's also important, like, when we apply for other grants, we ask a host of agencies and political officials for letters of support. Not to mention that we also get funding from DEC, so
Right.
for a worthwhile project, I think it's important that we.
Yeah, I have no
I
problem
think
with
it's
this at
great.
all. I do too.
And not only is this with the DEC, but it's also with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, which most of us know as NOAA from the Weather Channel.
I love NOAA.
So, and they're going to be doing all the work for us. So it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned.
Good.
So what they told me from Peconic Baykeeper was that this is just step one, giving our support to the DEC so that they
Right.
can apply for the grant.
Everybody in full
Yes,
support?
yes.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
I'm gonna send the final to your office, and then if we can
We'll
get
sign it and off we go.
that hard copy back.
Yeah, perfect.
And I know time is of the essence.
Yeah, that's why they called last minute and we got, so thanks for having us on.
Yeah. Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, just before we start resolutions, what I'd like to do is, Justin, maybe you can zoom a little bit out on that? Perfect, thank you. Just announcing that today, later today, the Riverhead in Action, our second newsletter, will be posted online, and you're going to find it really interesting. And the staff that work on this, and my staff, the time they put to this, and again, to promote all the good stuff within the town and the things that are going on, I really appreciate it, and it will be up and running today, our second edition. So thank you, everybody who participated, and I think it's been getting very well received. So we're going to continue it, and that's where we're at. It'll be up later on today. Devin, you want to come up and do the resolutions?
Can we get autograph editions?
The first one was the...
See what we can
one
do
that's
about
going
some
to
advanced
Town
sign
Clerk,
copies. Okay, if the board's ready.
We are ready.
Okay, resolution number 1, budget adoption of community benefit funds for open space project. This is a nice project. The Boy Scouts are going to put together a kiosk for the town's preserve that we have over there on Sound Avenue. There'll be information about the park, et cetera, in the kiosk, so that's a good thing.
Yep.
Resolution number 2, Water District Capital Project number 82301, budget amendment. Number 3, fund balance budget transfer for code enforcement vehicle purchase.
Part of what we budgeted for in this year's budget is to replace some vehicles.
Number 4, authorizes the filing of an application for New York State assistance from the Household Hazardous Waste HHW State Assistance Program and signing of the associated state contract under the appropriate laws of New York State. Number 5, authorizes sewer district employees to attend NYWEA meeting and training conference. Number 6, authorizes the attendance by Deputy Town Attorney CERU at the 2025 Annual Meeting and Training School held by the Association of Towns. Number 7, authorizes Town Justice to attend training conference. Number 8, awards bid for Highway Department grinding of town yard waste facility yard waste on site at Southside Youngs Avenue Yard Waste Facility. Number 9, awards bid for construction of pump station at East Wind Drive, Town Capital Project Number 19, contracts P, G, and E. Number 10, authorizes supervisor to execute an addendum to an agreement with LVF Landscape Architects, PLLC, Streetscape. Number 11, authorizes the supervisor to execute an addendum to an agreement with LVF Landscape Architects, PLLC, Playground.
Town square projects moving forward.
Number 12, grants Chapter 229 excavation exportation permit for GR Riverhead Land LLC, Washville, 1535 Old Country Road, Riverhead, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-101-2-12.6.
This is still at $2 per cubic yard. Bob, were we looking to raise that? Or
Yeah.
that is the new price? No, we're looking to
That's
raise
the
it.
old
No,
price for
that's
the
the-
moment
that's the
until it
old
gets
price. It is going to go to 3.
adopted.
Okay.
Number 13, extends bid nunc pro tunc for electrical systems maintenance and emergency service contract for Riverhead Water District. Number 14, extends bid nunc pro tunc for hydraulic control valve maintenance services for Riverhead Water District. Number 15, extends bid nunc pro tunc for distribution system maintenance and emergency services contract, Riverhead Water District. Number 16, extends bid nunc pro tunc for process control system maintenance and emergency services contract for the Riverhead Water District. Number 17, extends bid nunc pro tunc for mechanical maintenance and emergency services contract for Riverhead Water District. Number 18, extends bid nunc pro tunc for directional drilling service for Riverhead Water District.
I love extending all these bids because it means the price isn't going up.
Number 19, ratifies the appointment of a temporary office assistant. Number 20, ratifies the resignation of a part-time bilingual clerk. Number 21, ratifies the reassignment of an office assistant. This is sort of part 1 of 2 parts related to this employee. So what we're doing is this employee is going to be moving from an office assistant position in building laterally across to planning, and then in a few minutes we'll talk about part 2 of that. Resolution 22 amends Resolution 86-2025, setting fees for taxicabs and vehicles for hire pursuant to Chapter 281 of the Riverhead Town Code. Resolution number 23, I'm told there may be some uncertainty surrounding the hourly rate, and accounting has, guys, a couple questions about this resolution, so I'm going to suggest the board just hold off on this. We may be able to add it back in time for the board meeting, but I'm just told this morning that there's some uncertainty surrounding this resolution. So, number 24, appoints a part-time traffic control specialist. Number 25, appoints a call and recreation aide to the Recreation Department. Number 26, appoints Alexander Escobar to the Anti-Bias Task Force.
Everybody got to meet
That's
Alex
Alan
today?
who's here.
Yep.
Yes.
Number 27, authorizes the town clerk to publish and post new notice to bidders for janitorial and kitchen supplies. Number 28, authorizes the town clerk to publish and post request for qualifications for engineering services during construction for Class A biosolids upgrade project for Riverhead Sewer District. Resolution 29, authorizes town clerk to publish and post bid for two-way radio service for Highway Department. Resolution number 30, resolution calling public hearing regarding a capital improvement project for the extension number 97 of boundaries and facilities of the Riverhead Water District for Forge Road, Calverton, New York, at the properties known as Suffolk County Tax Map number 600-118-5-1.1, 1.2, and 2 through 11, and 12.1, Section 119, Block 2, lots 59 through 62, and Section 139, Block 1, lots 1 through 4. Resolution number 31, authorizes town clerk to publish and post notice to consider a local law to amend Chapter 301 titled Yard Sales of the Riverhead Town Code. Resolution number 32, authorizes town clerk to publish and post notice to consider a local law to amend Chapter 257 titled Peddling and Soliciting of the Riverhead Town Code. Resolution 33, notice of public hearings, Chapter 207, to consider a proposed local law amending Chapter 207 of the Riverhead Town Code titled Dogs and Domestic Farm Animals.
I see that the towns surrounding us, in particular Southold, is also going through the process of upping all their
Changing their
fees
fees,
and
right.
everything else, and hasn't been done in decades. You know, some of ours are old like that too,
Right.
so
Yep.
just the cost of doing business needs to be addressed.
Resolution 34, authorizes renewal of municipal works license agreement with the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, ASCAP 2025.
This is so we can play real music here and not have to listen to Ken sing all the time.
Put me out of a job.
Number 35, amends resolution number 969-2024, East End Arts Mosaic Festival date change. Resolution 36, approves special event Chapter 255 application for New York Marine Rescue Center Run for the Ridley 5K. Number 37, approves special event Chapter 255 application for New York Marine Rescue Center Paddle Battle Long Island. Number 38, appoints an account clerk, going from provisional to permanent. Number 39, appoints a site plan reviewer. So this is part 2 of what we spoke about before. So as of March 10th, this employee will move into the site plan reviewer position in planning. And that will create, of course, a vacancy from the part 1, and then we'll talk about filling that at a later date. Resolution number 40 pays the bills. Number 41, ratifies the reclassification of a maintenance mechanic 2 to maintenance mechanic 3. Number 42, approves a stipend for Pine Barrens designee. Number 43, amends Resolution 2025-69. Number 44, amends Resolution 2025-9. And that's it.
All right. All right, with that, that finishes up our open session of today's work session agenda. In a moment, we're going to close it and go into executive session to deal with matters under contractual, matters surrounding contractual agreement with the Town of Riverhead and Municipal 1. That'll be with Chip Cranborg. matters surrounding possible lease of town property. That will be with Dawn Thomas and Danielle Hurley. And a legal matter surrounding update on litigation at 250 Newton Avenue. That will be with Councilor CERU. Can I have a motion to close the open session and go into executive session?
So moved.
Seconded?
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay, thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bear down for a little bit of cold weather coming, possibly a little bit of snow Sunday night, I think, into Monday morning, and a little Arctic blast coming down from up north. So stay warm and have a healthy weekend. See you next week.